Welcome to JNR Ministry for Kids. The apostles were all very happy that Jesus had been raised from the dead. They had seen Jesus a few times since he had been resurrected. One day, Peter said, "I'm going out to fish," and Thomas and Nathaniel, James and John, and 2 other disciples decided to go along with him. They all went to the Sea of Galilee and got into a boat. The way the fishermen would fish was to put their nets into the water and pull them up to see if there were fish inside. People liked to fish at night because lots of fish came to the surface of the water, and the fishermen could catch them. Usually that worked, but not this time. Peter, James, John, and the others fished all night, but they did not catch any fish. They tried throwing the net on the right side and the left side, but they just couldn't catch any fish. Early in the morning, they looked up and saw someone on the beach. The man yelled and asked them if they had caught any fish. When they said no, the man yelled again, "Throw your nets on the right side of the boat and you will find some fish." The fishermen probably wondered about that. After all, they had been throwing the net on both sides all night and they hadn't caught anything yet. Why should they do it again? Finally, they decided to give it a try and cast their nets off the right side of the boat. When they started to pull the net up, they saw that there were fish in it. There were lots of fish in the net. In fact, there were so many fish that the 7 apostles could not even lift the net into the boat. They decided to head for shore and pull the net beside the boat. Then John looked at the beach again. He took a closer look at the man standing there. Wait a minute. The man looked familiar. It was Jesus. When John told everyone, Peter got very excited. He really wanted to see Jesus again. So he jumped into the water. Peter made his way to shore while the others followed with the boat and the net full of fish. When Peter and the apostles got to the shore, they saw that Jesus had a fire going and some fish already cooking. "Bring some of the fish you caught and we will eat them too," Jesus said. "We will eat breakfast on the beach." Peter and the others brought some of the fish. There were plenty left because they had caught 153 big fish. Jesus fed the apostles a big breakfast of fish and bread. Would you like to eat fish for breakfast? While they were eating the breakfast, Peter was probably thinking back to another time when they had all eaten together. Peter loved Jesus, but he had done something he was very sorry for. A few weeks ago, when Jesus and the apostles had been eating the Last Supper together, Peter told Jesus that he would be willing to die for him. Then, when Jesus was arrested, Peter got scared. He did not die for Jesus. He had not been brave at all. He told people that he did not know Jesus. He denied Christ 3 times. Peter wondered if Jesus could ever forgive him. After breakfast, Jesus asked Peter a question. "Peter, do you really love me?" Peter answered, "You know that I love you, Lord." Then Jesus said, "Feed my lambs." Then Jesus asked again, "Peter, do you really love me?" Peter answered again, "You know I love you, Lord." "Take care of my sheep," Jesus repeated. Finally, Jesus asked again, "Peter, do you really love me?" Peter was hurt that Jesus kept asking the question 3 times, reminded him of the 3 times he had denied Christ. "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you." "Peter, feed my sheep." Jesus had forgiven Peter. He told Peter that he would someday die for Jesus. Jesus said to Peter, "Follow me," and Peter did. Peter would always follow Jesus.